Okay, normally all my videos go to Patreon first. This one's not going to be going there first because somebody needs to know this quickly. So this is for Mike. I don't normally go through these shift towers for these M5R1s and M5R2s. Most I do is out here usually, and the plugs here in the back. Usually the rest of this is in really good shape. I've only had a couple of them apart. Very rarely do you have shift fork problems, and only once have I had the problem that he has, and it's going to be up here in this mechanism. So this shift fork, somebody's already taken the roll pin out of it, so it's not in there. When you start on this, you need to make sure that you pay attention to how your shift forks are in there. This one goes with the wide end this way and the wide end that way. Put your shift rails in neutral, get you a punch. Each one happens to be 5/32. It's big enough. You're going to drive your roll pins out. Aim in neutral, right? Yep. Okay. You're going to want to pull your shifter out. Pay attention to how it's in there. These are 30 torques. I'm trying to get all this done before everybody gets here so I don't have to turn that fan on and be a little bit quieter. Okay, these are always worn out. You see how the shift boot is for the plate. It's always cracked. This is normally gone. This one, or especially this one down in here, these pins come out. To get that out of there, there's another metal ring underneath, and it's got another one of these, kind of a plastic little seat for it, and this comes in a whole kit usually. Pull your plugs out, whether you have metal ones or the rubber ones. It's preferred that you put cut plugs. When you get the kit, it's going to come with cut plugs that go in there instead of these boots, because these things leak like a sieve. If you have to reuse these boots, put you some good graded silicone around them, like ultra black. Alright, just not going to come out, are you? Okay, the gasket that's in here, it should come in the kit also. If you're going to reuse it, I would definitely put some thin bead of silicone around it also. Go ahead and pull off your shift ends. Pay attention to how they were in there and which one goes where. Actually, I need to take this one off. Make sure that your detents in here are working really well. Let's see if we can get this to, they're spring loaded, one on each side. If you need to take them out, there's a snap ring here, plate, and a spring. Okay, here's the mechanism that we're talking about, and it needs to work both directions here. And what's going on with his is when you try to spring this up, the spring is getting caught and it's not allowing it to work properly, and it's keeping them from going to reverse. Now you could probably wrench that out of there and just take it off without having to take these shift rails out. Let's see, probably shift that one up and get it out, but I want to show you how to do the whole thing, because there's some pieces in here that you may not know where they go. So since this one has already gotten the roll pin out, I'm going to go ahead and take it out. Okay, there's a detent and a spring back here on these two, and it looks like that. Spring comes off, it goes in just like this. Alright, let's see if we can get this up out of here. Alright, when you get your shift fork off of there, lay that down the way it came out of there. There's a spring and a ball in here. It's going to fly out, so keep something over it. Pay attention to how your rod goes in there. This side goes down, that's where the ball detents into it. Alright, here's the ball and the spring. Come on up out of there. Alright, here's our spring. Each one of these is going to have one. In between, right here, there is another detent that keeps it from, when you got one shift rail in gear, it keeps the others from being able to be moved. And it looks just like that. There's one here, and there's one here. Okay, we're going to have to get this shift rail out. In order to get this fork off, we're going to have to take this one off. And we also need to take off our reverse light switch. And up inside of there is the rod that activates that switch. See if we can do this on camera. Okay, you notice the long end is forward, so be sure and remember that. Set it down the way it comes out. Alright, our spring and ball. I'm going to stay over there. Let's see if that'll come out of there. There we go. Alright, let's see. Might be easier to come from this side. Come on out of there. Why are you being a snot? Here we go. Being most cantankerous. Okay, lay that out the way it came out. Go ahead and get our detent out of here. It's actually not magnetic. Here's the other one. Okay, on this shift rail right here is another pin. This pushes out to push on these right here. Push them to keep the other shift rail from moving. This has to be in there. It's only on the center rail. Alright, come up out of there. There we go. Okay. 10 millimeters that hold this in there. Go ahead and pull our roll pins out. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can get the permission from Mike to go ahead and show his where the problem is at, but you see how that spring operates right there. And when his is coming out, the spring is popping out and getting stuck out here, and it's not letting this thing move properly. Okay, I figured the easiest way for me to do this is just going to do it off my Instagram. This is the picture he took. You can see how the spring is not quite right. Now to show you the video he gave me.
Good, it turns. But it's like if you go a little too far with this, go a little too far with that. See how it puts that edge of the spring up on there, and then now it's stuck. This way it's good.
There's an E-clip and a washer. Let's see what all's inside there. Because he's going to have to be taking this apart if he can find the parts. Alright, we got the E-clip. We got a washer. I have the spring. This leg is on top. This leg is on bottom. Alright, there's a spacer and our mechanism. Now, Mike, I don't know if you can make it happen or not, but you might take this spring and see if you can bend it back into position and put enough tension on that and make it smaller enough that it might stay in there. I don't know. You could try if you cannot find the spring. It may be hard coming up with that spring. And I don't think they listed the torque specs, but I will look and see if I can find any. Alright, why are you not going up in there? There we go. Make sure we're still working. I'm trying to put it in upside down. That's what the deal is. Okay. 10mm bolts. They have a shoulder on them. Alright, let's see if they list any torque specs for this thing. Okay, Mike, I was just a little bit off. I said 12 foot-pounds, it says 8. So, it works out to 96 inch-pounds. Alright, now we need to put the center one back in first. Make sure that your pin is in there. This side's going to be facing down. So we'll put our spring. Go ahead and start your shift rail so that you can put the ball in there. It'll kind of help keep it in place. Get you something to push down with. This is a, well, it doesn't say how big it is. It's a PPL7 from Mac Punch. So I'm going to push down on that ball. It's going to allow you to get it started. Then once you get it in there, past that, I'm going to put our shift fork in. Put you some grease on that little pin to help keep it in place also. too far. Now we need to put our spring and detent in here. And we need to do the same thing here. Push down on that so that we can get started. That's our first detent. We need to go to neutral. Right there. And just for the sake of time, I'm not going to be driving these pins in right now. Put your roll pin in. Actually, I guess I can. I'll just go ahead and do it. And we need to turn this just a little bit this way. See if we're lined up. A little bit off. Somewhere right in there. Pretty dang close right there. Drive that in flush. Alright, then we put our other shift rail in. We want this side to be facing the reverse light switch. This side is that way, this side's down. Got another spring. Another ball. Push it down again. Don't be sticking your face right over that, because your eyeball is going to get punched if you do. Alright. Putting our little fork in right here. This has to go around that rail. Oh. Done screwed up. And I probably should have done the other rail first. Would have been better. As you can come in with a small magnet. It's going to have to be pretty small to put that in. And I could have put this one in. Now it's going to be a little bit more difficult. You got to make sure it's in neutral so it goes back far enough for the rail to get in there. And make sure we're positioned properly. Okay, now we're cooking. Alright, we're in neutral, it looks like. shaft. Okay, now getting this one in there may be a little bit more fun. Let's see what we can do here. And not as bad as I thought. Okay. There's spring. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put this one down here so it'll quit rolling around on me. Alright, this rail, we want this side down, the notch facing in. Detent down. Alright, that's our first one. There's neutral. Okay. Got our end. The middle one needs to go in first. Yeah, get on there. Quit giving me a hard time. Alright, this one goes over here. And I think I'm going to leave this off for the momentary. Actually goes this way. Because I think I'm going to take this out and take a picture of all the stuff in here. And this one will go this way. There we go. And you just put your roll pins in the same. The pin goes in, our reverse light switch. Now his had another switch over here. It's got to be for letting it know that you're in first gear somehow. Oh, look, that just broke. They always disintegrate anyway. Put your shifter in. There's two different lengths of this, so make sure when you get your kit, it normally comes with this. Make sure it is the same, because if you put the shorter one in where the longer one goes, it'll pop up and it'll get stuck in between gears. .30 torques on the bolts here. I would imagine that these are pretty close to the same as those others. You don't need to get them super tight. Hand tight's plenty good. All you're going to do is end up making it strip out. All it's doing is holding this down in there. Okay, put your new rubber plugs. Well, you're not going to get new rubber. They either come with cut plugs or you won't get anything. So put your cut plugs in or put silicone around these and put these in. Good grade of silicone, not the cheap stuff. Alright. And a rubber gasket. And it's going to go ahead and there's no need to take this stuff out unless it's just broke, and usually you're probably going to get the whole thing together, so I would imagine there's no need to take this apart. But let's see what's in here. We got the snap ring. We have the plate with the dimple down. Here's our spring. Okay, the detent does have a snap ring on it. Let's see what's in this one. Yeah, I'm going to take that rubber plug back out. Oh, you're gonna make me take them both out, aren't you? There we go. Come on, give it to me. Why are you being like that? There we go. Alright, this one looks like we're gonna have to take this detent out right here. And what is this? 3/32. I may have to take this over and put this in a vise. Yeah, let me go do that. Alright, 3/32 was too small. Needs to be 1/8. Alright, here's our roll pin. Ouch. Here's our spring. Alright, there's a detent ball. I'll see if I can get that out so I can get it in the picture. We have another snap ring. This plate is flat. Here's our spring, much longer. And our detent. Of course, the flat side's going to have to face up towards the ball here. And let's see, this one I believe did not have anything. Nope. Alright, let's see if the ball will come out the other end. There we go. And the ball. Alright. Let me get the permission from Mike to show that other part, and that's how you do the shift tower. Okay, I don't know why, but for some reason, every time I try to put this picture in my video, it's screwing up the way the video is. So I'm going to take a video of it, and you're going to have to pause it and look at the torque specs if you need to.